Donald Trump ran explicitly on things like grocery store prices, or at least the people around him did. That was their case. It was like, look at Bidenflation, look at how expensive, and it's hard to argue with them, right? Gavin and I are single guys. We don't have to worry about grocery shopping so much, but even I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, it's that expensive to go to the fucking
you still eat, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're still like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, that is if I bought for 2 people, what if I had to buy for 8 people, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You start thinking about that and you're like, man, that's an effective line of messaging. Do you think Donald Trump will be able to sustain that lie, even though he's not going to do a damn thing about prices? He's going to continue to, create more inflation with tariffs. He's going to continue to cut taxes for the rich. They're going to do things that they've always done, which is pass on any expense that comes to them to the consumer. How long do you think he's able to keep the ruse up? Because we were on Krystal, Kyle, and Friends with you. I made a bold prediction that progressives just need to stop fucking around and we need to be bold. We're going to fucking win. We've got this in the bag. Fuck Donald Trump. Everybody knows he's a scam artist. That was so wrong. That was like horribly, embarrassingly wrong. So do you think he's able to, keep this ruse up forever? Because now I don't know. I don't know fucking anything.
Personally, I enjoyed your elaborate performance art. I was always in on it. I got it from the beginning.
Some people get it. Some people
don't worry about it
in this country.
That's right. I don't know how long the ruse will keep up, but eventually reality does set in. And, already you got this. They're ignoring avian flu. By the way, Biden screwed up the response to avian flu too. But you got RFK Jr. is about to be put in an HHS. You're not going to, they're not going to do a damn thing about this.
Don't you want it?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. But in any case, the egg price situation is bad, but that's just one commodity, right? Okay, we could deal with that. We could substitute some other protein in or some other breakfast item or whatever. But all of the Trump policies are wildly inflationary. Mass deportation, or even, the real thing that the Trump people want to do in terms of their like horrific, cruel, fascist immigration ideology is they want to have this theater of cruelty so that migrants are afraid, so that they, quote unquote, self-deport, so that they don't show up at the borders to begin with, so that they don't want to come to the country at all. Like, that's their goal. So this whole flap with Colombia, they told ICE agents, make sure you're wearing your raid jackets, like TV ready, having freaking Dr. Phil go on like a ride along with them.
God, I saw that.
That's all about creating this propaganda and this climate of terror and fear. Like, that's their goal. I don't think they would deny that that's the goal. But we rely on immigrants for housing construction in particular. I mean, these are the other sector where we dramatically rely on immigrants is in
Southern California, maybe?
Agriculture. Yeah, in agriculture. So if you want to spike food prices, you already have companies that are reporting like our workforce is just not showing up for work. So you have that. That is, I don't think any serious economists would deny that this will have a huge inflationary impact. And then the tariffs. So all of his economic policies are driven towards increasing prices. Not to mention that in his first days in office, he like rolled back some executive order from the Biden administration to lower prescription drug prices. And Trump himself made this comment, and it didn't get a lot of play, but it really should have. He made this comment about how, people say that they voted on inflation. I don't really believe that. I don't really think that's what it was all about. That's what he said. So he is really underselling how much the cost of living crisis fueled Americans and pushed them to vote for him. So I think the rubber hits the road there eventually. But right now, I think the vibes are like, oh, he's doing a lot of stuff. And in contrast to Biden, he seems very like vital. He's out there doing press conferences. He's signing stuff. And the reality of what is contained in those executive orders is A, not being explained by the mainstream press, and B, not being absorbed by the public yet because those impacts haven't hit. But in the same way that Elon Musk's approval rating has taken like a dramatic tumble, I do think that Trump is extremely vulnerable. The big question for me, though, is his biggest Achilles heel is all of these oligarchs that, he's completely surrounded himself with and basically given the federal government away to. If Democrats are able to hit him effectively on that, then, I think he would collapse like a house of cards. But they have to choose, like, which side are they on? Are they going to also forswear their billionaires and make a clean break and be credible on that issue? Otherwise, he's going to effectively skate.
Mm-hmm.